You ever have those nights when you lie in bed and whisper to yourself, tomorrow I'll start, tomorrow I'll fix my habits, tomorrow I'll become the version of me I keep imagining? But somehow tomorrow always ends up looking exactly like yesterday. You wake up with the same thoughts, the same hesitation, and the same quiet guilt of knowing you could be doing more, but somehow don't. That's not laziness. It's psychology. Your brain has a built-in defense mechanism called temporal self-displacement. It's the way your mind separates your future self from your present self, treating them as two completely different people. So when you say, I'll start one day, your brain actually believes someone else, your future self, will take care of it. It's like handing off responsibility to a version of you that doesn't exist yet. But here's where the trick deepens. Your brain rewards you for just thinking about change. When you imagine success, when you picture yourself finally disciplined, fit, productive, it releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel good after achievement. That little spark of pride makes you feel like progress has already been made, even though nothing has changed. It's a mental illusion, a feel-good trap. You're stuck in a loop where the idea of progress replaces real progress. Psychologists call this the intention-action gap, the space between what we intend to do and what we actually do. It's why we can spend hours setting goals, watching motivational videos, organizing planners, and still not move an inch. Because deep down, we've confused motion with momentum. Planning feels productive, but it's really procrastination in disguise. And your brain loves it because it keeps you safe. Safe from failure, safe from risk, safe from the pain of realizing that change requires discomfort. That's why one day is such a seductive lie. It's not a day, it's a mental lullaby. It helps you sleep better while your dreams rot in the attic of good intentions. You see, one day is how your mind delays effort to protect your ego from the fear of failure. You're not afraid of starting. You're afraid of starting and discovering it's harder than you hoped. You're afraid of what happens when motivation fades and discipline has to take over. But here's the brutal truth. The future version of you that you keep waiting for isn't coming. There's no stronger, smarter, more confident you magically arriving one morning to take control. That version is built right here, right now in the moments you keep avoiding. Every time you choose to act instead of plan, every time you choose discipline over dopamine, every time you silence the voice that says later and move anyway, you're building the very person you keep imagining. Because one day never arrives. There's only day one. Every legend, every success story, every comeback began on an ordinary day when someone decided that waiting wasn't working anymore. They didn't wait for clarity. They acted their way into clarity. They didn't wait for motivation. They created it through motion. Action comes first, emotion follows. Your brain doesn't find confidence before you move. It builds confidence because you moved. And the longer you wait, the heavier the idea of change becomes. Time doesn't soften hesitation, it hardens it. The more you delay, the more your mind turns later into never. So if you've been telling yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, remember this. Readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. You don't need a perfect plan, you need a single step. Because the step doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be real. Clean one corner of your life. Write one page. Walk one block. Speak one truth. That's how momentum is born. Not from grand declarations, but from quiet defiance against your own excuses. You want to know what separates dreamers from doers? Doers act before they feel ready. Dreamers wait for permission that never comes. So stop waiting for a version of you that doesn't exist yet. The version you want is built by doing the hard thing now, not later. Because comfort kills more dreams than failure ever could. So tonight, instead of promising yourself tomorrow, promise yourself now. Let this be your line in the sand, the moment where day one begins and one day ends. And if this message hits you somewhere deep, it's not by accident. Maybe your future self is trying to reach back and whisper, please, stop waiting for me, start becoming me. This is the Knownsense, where we decode the hidden psychology behind human behavior, the mind's clever illusions, and the quiet battles between who you are and who you're meant to be. If you're ready to stop just understanding yourself and start reprogramming yourself, hit subscribe right now. Because here, we don't chase motivation, we break it down, we analyze it, and we rebuild it from the inside out. Welcome to the Knownsense, where awareness becomes power and power becomes progress.